Now at 6, a suspect in custody after the shootings of 2 police officers in central Missouri. Plus, how the Columbus School District is providing mental health services to students. And the Carl Junction girls basketball team is back in the Final Four. We're going to hear from them ahead of their semifinal matchup.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A standoff in central Missouri ends with the arrest of a man suspected of shooting 2 police officers. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. That standoff that began last night ended around 1:30 this afternoon in the mid-Missouri town of Herman. Authorities say the suspect, 35-year-old Kenneth Lee Simpson of Eureka, Missouri, had barricaded himself in a home. According to those on the scene, SWAT officers administered tear gas before Simpson walked out of the home with his hands up and, as you see, was arrested. The shooting happened last night. It began at a Casey's General Store in Herman. Police were called there to investigate a disturbance. Authorities believe Simpson then shot both officers and fled in a car. 34-year-old Detective Sergeant Mason Griffith died from his injuries overnight. 31-year-old Officer Adam Solentrup remains in critical but stable condition. Court record shows Simpson has a long criminal history dating back to 2004 with several current pending cases. He's been on the run from authorities since April of last year. American Legion Post 13 in Joplin has an important reminder: don't throw away tattered and worn flags. It can be considered disrespectful to throw out an old American flag. That's why Post 13 has a box you can find on the corner of West 8th and Joplin. They set it up as a means to allow for the retirements and respectful disposal of worn-out flags. Southeast Kansas School is improving its mental and medical health services offered to students. KOAM's Shagun Bamadeli has more.
The Columbus School District has teamed up with the Community Health Center of Southeast Kansas to bring medical and behavioral health services to students in their schools.
Sure, Community Health Center has a legacy of putting school health first, and especially with school health, both as school nurses, providing school nurses for our school districts, and also providing clinics within the school district. And so that legacy continues.
It is now being implemented in Columbus and Baxter Springs schools. The program will help keep children in school.
A lot of our students, they don't have access to health care many times because it's difficult for their parents to get off work. If their parents take off work, they don't get paid, and so maybe they don't take their child to the doctor. But with our program here, the parents can actually grant permission for the student to see a doctor here at the school.
The healthcare services is not only restricted to students.
Healthcare service is also offered to the staff in the school. And as you know how shorthanded schools are in our workforce, it allows them to stay and receive medical supports at work.
The school district says students will not be financially responsible for any medical services they get, although they will charge their insurance if they have one. Reporting in Pittsburgh, Shagun Bamadeli, KOAM News.
Starting this fall, the Community Health Center will have 10 medical clinics in Southeast Kansas and Oklahoma. 10 medical clinics. It's been a cold day. It's going to be an even colder night. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, even cooler today compared to what we did see over the weekend. Quite a bit of sunshine, though, for us today. But our high temp, only 41, we should be topping out nearly 60 for this time of the year. We are going to warm up a bit over the next couple days. All right, a weak wave just to our southwest down through Oklahoma will not affect us. Here's our next storm system way out west, Pacific Northwest. That system will give us showers and thunderstorms by Thursday. Until then, we're just slowly going to start to warm things up. Tonight we're going to go down. A little breezy out there, so we do have a little bit of a wind chill factor. It makes it feel lower 30s across the region, while actual temperatures upper 30s to lower 40s. But as we go through the overnight hours, we slide back through the 30s, eventually down to 23 later on tonight. Of course, we're going to look at that next storm system here in just a bit.
See you then. Greenbush Educational Service Center in Girard, Kansas hosts day camps to help parents during spring break. KOAM's Carrie Worthen visited the center and has more.
Everyone say Mount Everest.
Mount Everest.
That's the highest point point in the world.
Honestly, I'm motivated by fun. And so if kids come here and they just have a great time, that is my goal.
Greenbush Educational Service Center in Girard is taking students all around the world without them leaving the classroom. It's this year's spring break focus.
We are traveling around the world and each activity is from a different continent. So this morning we went to Europe and we made homemade pizza from scratch. They got to make and knead their own dough and roll out their crust, and we made the sauce from scratch.
Learn how to make pizzas. By the light, so I'm taking it home for my mama.
Sisters Riley and Millie Brisbane are just two of the kids who are attending Greenbush's camp.
I was excited.
This Monday morning is busier than the first day for spring break camp is usually. Due to the popularity of the program, Greenbush added a session.
I think everything that we do is educational, whether it is they learn information, but it can also be educational in regards to the social aspect of meeting new people and making new friends and learning how to work together and share.
Back in the classroom, students are tracking where they're going.
We learn different languages. Learn how to talk Spanish.
Letting them learn and globetrot without leaving town. In Girard, Carrie Worthen, KOAM News.
Very silver.
Cute kids. Greenbush provides programs for students from kindergarten through 8th grade. Their next big camps are coming up this summer. The Joplin Humane Society is getting into the Easter spirit. They're hosting their annual treat stuffed Easter egg hunt event for local residents, the human kind. The Humane Society sells eggs stuffed with treats for pets and kids within a 10-mile radius of the shelter. It's available on Easter weekend, and residents can choose whether they want to be egged on either April 7th or 8th.
It's really a great opportunity for us to do something fun within the community while supporting the shelter financially and helping take care of the thousands of animals we care for each year.
You can pay to have your eggs delivered to your house. 100% of the proceeds will go for the care of the homeless animals at the shelter. You can find pricing of different egg amounts on the KOAM News Now app. Tomorrow is National Pie Day, 3/14, and the Humane Society wanted to take part in that. So they teamed up with Papa Murphy's for a special promotion. Starting tomorrow and going through Sunday, all big dogs and adult cats will have a $14 adoption fee. Also, adopting one of the first 50 pets through this promotion will get you a free one-topping pizza from Papa Murphy's. Another promotion for the Humane Society is bringing in dog food or monetary donations. If you do either of those, you could get a slice of apple pie.
So we're trying to get some awareness out there that we are in need of the dry, crunchy dog food. And that's where, that's where it kind of stemmed from. So getting the word out there that we're needing it.
The dog food drive is going to go from 1 to 5 p.m. tomorrow. Coming up, a Missouri high school basketball team honors a player following his death. Plus, a Missouri Southern player earns MIAA Player of the Week honors. Students at a Missouri high school are reeling from the death of a classmate last week. London White was a basketball player, and when his team competed in a playoff game this weekend, they honored his memory. Michael Hoffman reports on the special game.
I can't imagine what they're going through.
In seats normally filled with maroon, you could see a sea of purple. The change in color for London White. He died this week.
I wasn't sure what we were going to do. We needed the blessing from the family, and they were here today and supporting us.
His teammates had a playoff game scheduled in Springfield. They could have sat this one out, but London's family encouraged them to go forward.
Now, Salisbury is still reeling from the loss of their teammate London earlier this week. Hartford decided that even though they are going head-to-head tonight, they wanted to do something special before the game.
The two head coaches talked before the game about a joint prayer in the middle of the court, but Coach Reed with Hartville and his squad decided they wanted to do something more.
We wanted to pay tribute to him and his family and those players over there and the coaching staff, and this is the only thing that we really thought of that we could do in this environment. So, we're sorry. Our hearts hurt for them, and that's why.
Hartville, usually donned in blue and white, instead wore a bright, eye-catching violet.
Salisbury's colors, the shirts with the words Salisbury Strong on the back. A surprise for everyone on the grief-stricken team.
That was a really great gesture.
The Salisbury players, however, with the weight of the death of a friend, teammate, and brother, pushed ahead and won the game.
We were a family, and just sticking with each other, and like tonight, playing our game, never giving up on each other, just always staying with each other.
White wore number 20, and then his team scored 28 points in the final quarter to win that game. Details of his death are still unclear. A little bit later, back in the Final Four, we're going to hear from the CJ girls basketball team on their semifinal matchup.
Plus, temperatures taking a dip for us tonight. Those details coming up. Well, of course, it turned out to be a chilly day for us today. Temperatures kind of struggling to warm up. Highs only about 40, 41 degrees across the region, but quite a bit of sunshine, which you can see right now. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort looks pretty good. Just feels kind of cold. Sitting at 39 in Fort Scott, 37 in Monette. We're at 41 in Chetopa, 43 at Grand Lake, and I think most of us will drop back lower 20s later on tonight. It's nice to have the evening daylight. It's not dark. Sun doesn't set till about 7:30, which is nice. It'd just be better if it was warmer. 40, northerly winds at about 10, humidity is at 49%. Through the evening into the overnight hours, you can see sliding back through the 20s eventually down to about 23 later on tonight. But pretty much clear skies. We have some clouds out in our far western counties, one little weak wave down through Oklahoma. This will not affect us. Our next storm system is out across the Pacific Northwest. This system will start to affect us as we head into Thursday. Ahead of it, we are going to start to warm things back up, but we have a cold night tonight. Lower 20s, overnight lows, quite a bit of sunshine again on Tuesday. Most of us by noon should be into lower 40s. Winds switch out of the south, and this is going to help our temperatures warm up as we should go 52-ish for an afternoon high, which is pretty good. All right, tomorrow night, not as cold. Southerly winds keep our temps up, so we drop back into the mid-30s for overnight lows. As we go into Wednesday afternoon, great day. It's going to be windy, but we're going to be well into the lower 60s during the afternoon. Now you can see clouds increasing. This is ahead of that next storm system, which will start to affect us by the time we head into Thursday. All right, so day planner for you tomorrow. Cold start, rising into the upper 40s. By mid-afternoon, we should go into lower 50s. Plenty of sunshine across the region. Let's look at the winds. Not too breezy tomorrow, but they really get moving. By Wednesday afternoon, we're going to have gusts 25 to 35, and then Wednesday night, our winds are going to be gusting 40 upwards to 45 miles per hour until our cold front rolls in. So this is Thursday afternoon. So along this front, that's where we can have some showers and thunderstorms trying to develop. So for us on Thursday morning, we get showers and thunderstorms that push on by, but once that front rolls in, we'll get a band of showers and thunderstorms. Some of those could be a little bit stronger. Now, behind this front, this is a strong front. You can see a little bit of pink, a little bit of blue. We could briefly switch over to a wet snow Thursday night and then gone by Friday morning. Of course, Friday is St. Patrick's Day. It's just going to be a cold one across the region. All right, with those thunderstorms on Thursday, some of those could be a little bit stronger, especially Joplin south, maybe low-grade severe, just something we want to watch as we go through the next couple days. All right, let's go 52 tomorrow, 62 on Wednesday, 62 on Thursday, then a high of only 41 on St. Patrick's Day. The weekend will be dry but chilly. We do start to warm back up next week, but we have several nights that we are going to be below freezing over the next 10 days.
Yeah, not just a little below freezing,
Yeah.
some of those 10 degrees below freezing.
Way down there.
Thanks, Todd. Still ahead, the Missouri Southern women aim to move on to the Elite Eight tonight in Minnesota. And the Carl Junction girls prepare for Friday night's state semifinal game in Springfield. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
The Missouri Southern women's basketball team is the last MIAA team standing in the Division II National Tournament. The Lions play in the Sweet 16 tonight in Duluth, Minnesota. The Southern faces the tournament host and #1 seed in the Central Region, the Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs, tonight. The winner moves on to the Elite Eight in St. Joe, Missouri. The tip-off for this one here in about 35 minutes. We'll have highlights from the game right here tonight at 10. The Carl Junction girls are back in the Final Four in the Missouri Class 5 state bracket. Carl Junction will play Friday night in the state semifinals, facing the Notre Dame Bulldogs out of Cape Girardeau. Now, these two teams both finished the regular season ranked in the top 10 in the state. Carl Junction number 1, Notre Dame number 8. Now, Carl Junction has won 24 straight games heading into Friday. And with just one more, they'll be playing for the Class 5 state title, a goal they've had since they first stepped on the floor this season.
To be able to win and play on Saturday for the championship would just be it would just be the best feeling for us. That's been our goal. And I know the seniors, they didn't get to finish out their freshman year when they had the chance to do this. And to be able to do that for them is just an amazing feeling.
It's really exciting because it's what we've worked for all season. I think all of us have had the idea in our head that this is where we want to be. We just haven't really said it, but it's just taken all of us, and we're just playing one game at a time now.
This is one of our goals that we had at the beginning of the season is to get to this point and give ourselves a chance to win a state championship. So, our kids are excited. The hay's in the barn. We just got to clean things up and be ready to go.
Missouri Southern pitcher Cole Woods has been named the MIAA Baseball Pitcher of the Week. And Woods had a great night on the mound on Friday in Game 1 of the Lions' 3-game series against Central Oklahoma. Woods actually took a no-hitter into the 9th inning Friday night against the 5th-ranked Broncos. He finished the game throwing 8 complete innings, allowing just 1 hit and striking out 9. Southern won the game 5-4. Woods is now 4-1 in 6 starts this season and is 5th in the MIAA with 39 strikeouts. Local college softball here. Pittsburgh State plays a doubleheader against Lincoln today, looking for their first conference win of the season. Game 1, Gorillas roll 12-3. Kylie Boley goes 2 for 4 with a grand slam. Keela Griffith 3 for 3 on the day with a double and a pair of RBIs. On Game 2, Pitt State tries for the sweep, and they do it in a shutout, 8-0. Hannah Harrison throws 5 shutout innings, allowing just 2 hits. Paxton Hayes goes 2 for 3 with a double, a homer, and 5 RBIs. I really love this time of the year. We obviously have baseball and softball, but it's an important time for basketball, obviously. Southern in the Sweet 16, Carl Junction in the Final Four. A lot of good stuff.
And March Madness just around the corner. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to check a watch party. Missouri Southern fans cheering on the women's basketball team in the Sweet 16. Of course, we'll have highlights as well. Plus, the Webb City School District hosts its annual awards banquet. And we're going to have some tips on how you can protect yourself ahead of a worsening allergy season. Those stories, a whole lot more. It's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The big concern tonight isn't going to be so much the allergies as the sub-freezing temperatures.
Yeah, it's going to be cold. We're going to dip back right around 20 degrees for an overnight low. So we're going to get down there. We do start to warm things back up a bit the next few days. 52 tomorrow, 62 on Wednesday. Also, the winds are going to return, so it's going to get very windy. Head of thunderstorms on Thursday.
Final sports note.
Of course, you mentioned we're going to have highlights from Missouri Southern's Sweet 16 game tonight. We'll also hear more from the Carl Junction girls. You can check out our full story with the Bulldogs on the website later this evening.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.